Wonderful. Good evening and welcome to the Kodiak Island Borough Assembly special meeting. It is Thursday, February 23rd, 2023. We are located in the Assembly chambers. We just finished our work session and we are going to start the special meeting now. Madam Clerk, may we please have a roll call?
Mr. Arndt, Mr. Delgado,
Here.
Mr. Griffin, Mr. Ledoux,
Here.
Mr. Smiley,
Here.
Mr. Smith,
Here.
Mr. Turner,
Here.
Mayor Williams.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Mr. Ledoux?
I move to excuse Assemblymember Arndt and Griffin.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone against, please say no. There we go. That brings us to citizens' comments. If you'd like to call in tonight, our local phone number is 907-486-3231, or you can use our toll-free number, 1-855-492-9202. If you're here in the audience, please sign in and state your name for the record. Be sure to turn on the microphone before speaking. Address all remarks to the Assembly as a body and not to any individual member thereof. And if you are calling in tonight, please remember to turn off any listening device to prevent feedback. We will wait about 30 seconds to see if we get any phone calls in.
Okay.
Not seeing any phone calls or comments from the audience, we'll move on to the consideration of matters for the call for the special meeting. We have 4 of them tonight. The first one is approval of a memorandum of understanding for the Woody Island Trails.
Move to approve and authorize the manager to sign the memorandum of understanding with Tangirnak Native Village, Tanganack Native Village for Woody Island Trails.
Second.
Staff report, please.
I cannot say it correctly, but is the way that you say it. And so this is an MOU.
Seema, is your microphone on? Thank you.
Thank you. So this MOU has gone back and forth between the lawyer and Dave and Megan and I have met a couple of times with Lesnoy to get it approved. He went through it with fine-tooth comb, and the way that it sits now, the borough would not have any liability whatsoever. It's in the MOU that would happen, and the borough has the opportunity to pull out of this MOU at any time that it wants to. And this MOU would not require Planning and Zoning Commission review under 1820-030A because it's not being called out as a disposal or interest of land.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the Assembly tonight? Jeff?
Just clarifying the borough's ability to pull out at any time. When I reviewed and read it, it looked like you could pull out with mutual consent or if one party provided 30 days notice. So I just wanted to make sure we clarified
Sorry.
that it
Yeah.
wasn't like immediate, but it was, there
30
was an
days.
ability to step out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
Larry?
I just think it's a great thing to happen. I think, trails are quality of life in Kodiak, and anything that we can do to further quality of life and walking around and getting healthy is something all of us want to do.
Thank you. Any other discussion tonight? Madam Clerk, may we please have a roll call vote on the motion?
Mr. Delgado,
Yes.
Mr. Ledoux,
Yes.
Mr. Smiley,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Turner.
Yes.
Would anyone like to change their vote? Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
The second thing on our agenda for this special meeting is the approval of the Alaska Department of Fish and Game Hunter Access Grant Program application.
Move to authorize the manager to apply for the Access Grant Program.
Second.
May we get a staff report, please?
Yes, I apologize. We did not get this into the software. I did provide a copy for you folks, but basically, what this comes down to is we're applying for funds to look at replacing the log constructed bridge that enters the 700 acres down in Kodiak. Because it is built by the loggers, it was never intended to be permanent. So we're looking at pursuing some type of squash culvert type, anadromous stream type culvert, and we're utilizing estimates from previous jobs we've done. What we put this before you is there's a case where we figure that the borough share will be approximately $50,000 if we do indeed get this grant. So that is why it is before you this evening.
Thank you, Dave. Are there any questions from the assembly concerning this tonight? Not seeing any, may we please have a roll call vote on the motion?
Mr. Ledoux,
Yes.
Mr. Smiley,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Delgado.
Yes.
Would anyone like to change their vote? Motion passes 5-0.
Next on our agenda tonight is the confirmation of assembly appointment to the Mission Lake Tidegate Service Area Board of Mr. Randy Ensign.
Move to confirm the appointment of Mr. Randy Anson to the Mission Lake Tidegate Service Area Board for a seat to expire October 2025.
May we have a staff, sorry.
Second.
Second, thank you. May we have a staff report, please?
Thank you, Madam Mayor and members of the Assembly. There is currently one vacant seat on the Mission Lake Tidegate Service Area Board to expire 2025. On February 17, 2023, the clerk's office received an application from Mr. Randy Ensign for the vacant seat. And we ask for your consideration by approving his application. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any questions? Joe?
Not a question, but I'd just like to say it's good. I'm glad that there's an applicant, and I'm happy to vote yes for this. It's good for people to become involved, so thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Any further discussion? Not seeing any, may we please have a roll call vote on the motion?
Mr. Smiley,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Delgado,
Yes.
Mr. Ledoux.
Yes.
Would anyone like to change their vote? Motion passes 5-0.
The final thing on this evening's agenda is consideration of the appointment or process for appointing a borough manager. There is no staff report on this. This will just be assembly discussion. Is there any assembly discussion? James?
Move to adjourn into executive session to discuss these matters as it may, how do I say it? Not prejudice. May affect the finances of the borough.
Madam Clerk, do you need a more specific motion than that?
Madam Mayor and members of the Assembly, is it a possible litigation that you're worried about?
Yes.
Okay.
No
and
names
that
will
would
be named.
qualify.
No names will be named.
Okay, and that would qualify.
I would second that.
Thank you. May I have a motion on who to include into executive session?
The assembly and the mayor.
Madam Mayor, if we could go back and take a roll call vote on the motion to enter into executive session.
Yes.
For the reason of possible litigation or potential litigation. And let's go ahead and do that. Who
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So it was.
So it was
the
Mr.
motion
Turner
was
who made the
by
motion.
James Turner.
And
Okay.
Mr. Smith seconded.
Okay.
May we
and
please
this
have
is
a roll
for-
call vote on the motion?
Okay. Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Delgado,
Yes.
Mr. Ledoux,
Yes.
Mr. Smiley.
Yes.
Would anyone like to change their vote? Motion passes 5-0.
Now may I please have a motion on who to include into the executive session?
Move to include the assembly, the mayor, and that's it.
Second.
May I please have a roll call vote on the motion?
Mr. Turner,
Yes.
Mr. Delgado,
Yes.
Mr. Ledoux,
Yes.
Mr. Smiley,
Yes.
Mr. Smith.
Yes.
Would anyone like to change their vote? Motion passes 5-0.
We will now adjourn the special meeting and start an executive session as soon as the clerks are ready for that. Thank you.